and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 4th down now after a loss of 2. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked picked off at the 24. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with Harris into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll toss to Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Downed up, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and the Steelers are going to get the football here. 23. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start...
And the defense loses it. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 77 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's got this down to the 35.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off at the 15. And this one will be brought back to the... Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Into a sea of defenders, had intercepted.
Picked off down near the 5.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. They'll drop to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Going right side, he finds Slayton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to work.
touchdown. It's complete.
Najee Harris,
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
and the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And a rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Back to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boswell for the extra point. Now he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Browns drive about to get started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He gets it complete to Harris. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. He'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. 70 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try the right side with Harris. Finding room to the 20. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking it.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Got a man, it's Ross, complete.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cameron Hayward picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 13. That's out to Chubb, complete.
And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
And now here's another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an...
Oh, wide open, complete. 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On play action, they'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.